What's up, you guys? It's your boy the Kryptonian saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece Chapter 46. Now, this chapter right here, man, my love for Sanji is gone up a little bit. Though I gotta say this, man, for somebody that's dressed so sharp and so smooth, he looks like he's being played for a sucker, man. Like, check this out right here. So I'm reading the chapter, and at first I'm laughing because we get this pretty funny shot of Sanji and Usopp kind of going nose to nose, or excuse me, nose to forehead, man. I didn't realize how big Usopp's nose was until then. I bet that's pretty funny to see in the anime. But Usopp saying that he doesn't like mushrooms because he ate a poison mushroom when he was a kid. And the thing about that is, because I've worked service, like I've run into customers like an Usopp who just say shit, kind of like the other guy did, Full Body, who just say stuff just to pick at you. But what I mean by, Sanji looks like he's getting played. In the last chapter, Nami didn't seem like she was that interested in him. However, look at this, man. She's playing him. She's acting all, starstruck and everything. And if you look right here, Sanji, he's putty in her hands. Like, seriously. Like, he could tell. I mean, she gave him free food. Oh my God. And the way she's caressing his face and everything. Nami, I expected this, especially after seeing the anime episode where I believe this happened in the manga too. It's been so long since I read the Buggy arc, but basically she drew a lot of attention to her chest in order to get one of Buggy's men to drop his guard. And in this case, if they're fighting, she could definitely take out Sanji at this point, which at first, given the entrance, I thought maybe Sanji was kind of powerful, but he's being tossed around all over this chapter. I mean, Nami is having her way with him through the flirting, and I mean, it's one chick that comes in here, Roxanne, and if you look right there, see, man, look at that, man. He's just going from woman to woman, man. Like, I understand it. Like, let me give you guys some advice, right? Like, when you're in between relationships, or if you're trying to get into one or get somebody to, date you or something like that, you have to play the numbers game. So I get where Sanji's coming from. You go after woman after woman. If you ask out 10, one of them's going to say maybe, or two's going to say maybe, three are going to say no, and one's going to say yes. And the rest of them just going to flat out ignore you. So I get what he's doing. He's playing the numbers game. But at the same time, like, when I say he's getting tossed around, like, oh my God, man, look at this. Like, first, it looks like Sanji's going in a badass mode when he tells the head chef, like, look, I wanna be head chef. You can't get rid of me as a cook. Look at that, man. He just flips his ass onto a table like it's nothing. I mean, it makes sense, in shonens, when you got the angry old man and everything. Usually they're pretty damn powerful. But I mean, Sanji gets thrown around, and then Nami plays him. Luffy is agitating him. Luffy's like, look, now you have permission to be my cook, and Sanji's saying never. And I stick with it. Like, when you just look at the way that Nami is playing him, Nami is definitely going to be the reason why this dude ends up joining the crew. Because, I mean, he's giving her free food. Like I said, just look at that, man. Like, that's not just somebody flirting. I think he's genuinely attracted to Nami. And now that, because I believe it was Nameless Namek that told me that Oda worked for the guy that did Rurouni Kenshin, which is one of my favorite mangas. I could definitely see these two being some type of item, or maybe Sanji kind of pursuing her. But the other thing about this chapter is Admiral of the Krieg pirates comes. And this is kind of interesting because this is the first time I've read the word Admiral. So I don't know much about pirate stuff. I'm going to claim ignorance on this. But I know you got first mate and you got captain. So what the hell is an admiral? I feel like I should know this. I mean, I should definitely know this. I have a fucking college degree. But I don't know shit about the Navy. So somebody fill this in for me. Like, is the admiral like the top in this One Piece world or something like that? Because when you look at the entrance of this guy, like, I knew he was big. I didn't know he was this big. Like, this is a dominating, hulking figure. And the fact that Don Krieg is called Admiral of the Pirate Armada, right? When you just look at how big he is compared to Gin and well Geen and just anybody else, and then you look at the way that he's drawn with those eyes. I mean, you can tell that there's something else to him, and even then, you can see the evil look in those eyes. I mean, they look more tired than anything else because of the lines that are in the eyes, but just the shading and everything, like you can kind of tell that something isn't up. But what makes Krieg so interesting is Don Krieg actually decides to turn on Geen and try and take control of the ship. Little does he know, there's this guy named Luffy on there who is whooping everybody's ass. I mean, he took down Morgan, he took down Buggy, he took down Kuro, Zoro. Last time I checked, he wasn't that bad either. You know, Usopp, I mean, Usopp is a master marksman. I mean, he picked the right ship. And, you know, apparently Don Krieg has a history of hedging his bets, if you will, because he will do anything in order to win or in order to make himself look like he's in the right. He started out as a prisoner and lied his way onto a ship, and then he does some really ruthless stuff. He flies white flags like he's surrendering just to get close enough to fire. Flies a marine flag in order to enter ports. I mean, it's very smart what he's doing, but at the same time, there's no honor in it, man. And, you know, the chapter ends off with him saying that he is going to take over this ship. So I'm really interested to see where this is going. My chapter question for you guys is, what do you think about Don Krieg's ethics? You know, I know that because he's a pirate, you don't expect much. But even for me, like, I know you're not supposed to have you're not supposed to have sympathy. I guess it's because I've seen Luffy and the type of honor that he has. So I'm getting the wrong idea of pirates, but I found this really interesting, man, because it very, very quickly after being introduced, I mean, he's leveling Sanji, he's grabbing Geen by the throat, and right here, like, his expression just changes after he eats, man. Like, you can tell that this dude is up to no good. So that's it for this chapter, guys. If you liked anything I had to say, make sure you comment, rate, subscribe, and share. I greatly appreciate it. By the way, let me know, do you think I'm showing too many manga panels, man? You know, I'm trying something new right now. But that's it for this review.
はい